I wanted to be a hairdresser ever since I was little, but the family agreement was, Gwen, yes, go after what you want to do, but you need to go to college first, which I thoroughly agree with. My second love was art. My first love is art. So I studied art history and printmaking at University of North Florida. We grew up with art, you know, we went to every opening. We were members at the local museums. We traveled. My mom took us to France and we spent a ton of time in New York, and it took me a little while to find. In my adolescence, my teenage years, I was a little bit of a wild child, and it was taking art classes starting in high school that kind of just reined it all in. I think there was a certain amount of energy in there that wasn't finding its right outlet. So I started studying art. Loved it, ended up going to University of North Florida and studying there. While I was here at UNF, I also worked at the Cultural Council and the Cummer Museum and then the gallery at UNF, so it was amazing. So I had this opportunity to really explore what that career track would have looked like, and decided not to do it. So right after college, I went to beauty school and then moved up to New York City, where I started my career in hair, but still I went to a lot of openings. I still do. Went to a bunch of museums, still do. So they've kind of interlaced. A lot of my inspiration draws from that. It always has. History reflects, you know, or art. If you look at the history of all of it, it does kind of go in and bring inspiration to different trends and styles, and they're definitely connected. When you think about a haircut, you do think in positive and negative space, so that went back to my art background. Color theory, obviously, as a colorist, really understanding how to make certain colors rather than just kind of winging it, to have a more thorough knowledge of what actually complements and works with someone from an art background has been really helpful. I had it in my head that I would move home and find the most perfect location and then be flooded with clients, and it would all come landing at my feet because I was home, you know? And it wasn't like that at all. It took me a while to find a place. In my head, I had it that I would be in San Marco or Ponte Vedra, because that's where you would put a high-end salon when I left Jacksonville. So I assumed it had stayed the same. And I had some people recommend looking at Five Points in Riverside. And I was like, I don't know if that's our girl, you know? But then I moved here and I lived over on Forbes Street and was looking around and I'm like, you're right. Like this really, it's grown up, and that was really exciting. So started looking more and I found this space. Then started the build out, which was really funny. I've learned so much. I've learned so much through all of it, but that took a few months. And I remember it was about a week before the salon opened. And I went to dinner with some girlfriends, and one of the girls that was in the group looked at me and she was like, well, okay, so what about your staff? Where do they have a clientele? And I was like, no, I don't have a staff yet. And she was like, well, what about your clients from before you went to New York? And I was like, oh, actually, no, I've never done hair here. I don't have any clients. And all of a sudden it occurred to me, I was like, oh man, what are we doing? This is crazy. I've funneled everything into this thing. And if my name hadn't been on the door, I think I probably would have wussed out and caught the next flight. But it was there and we were going, so we opened. The week we opened, I met our now lead stylist through a mutual friend. And when we met, it was more of just kind of chatting as people that were in the same industry. You know, it wasn't so much of an interview or anything like that. And one of our other stylists came to me. He had just moved to town and was just walking around the neighborhood, and a stylist at another salon recommended that he come interview with us. Another team member was one of my very first clients. And so this team that did not exist, we all kind of found each other. We all ended up in the same place at the same time. And you feel that energy when you're here. It's everyone genuinely wants to be here and came together and have created an incredible, best team I've ever seen, really. And that's what, as the owner of the business, I have two jobs. One obviously is to do hair, and I feel very, very confident in that. But I feel like my most important role is making sure I'm creating an environment where other artists and creators and wonderful people want to be and want to work and feel nurtured, because all that flows back into their work as well. And clients feel it. So I'm really thankful that we found those people.